Tariq Anwar. I am working as an assistant professor in mechanical engineering department at St. Andrews Institute of Technology and Management, Gurugram. Today in video lecture series I am discussing about buoyancy and flotation. Clear? Buoyancy and flotation. What is buoyancy and flotation? You have seen the buoy in cooler, flush, and to measure the liquid level or water level in tanks, etc. This is the buoy. And what is buoyancy? Buoyancy force means when a body is immersed in a liquid, a upward force an upward force is acting on the body. This is known as buoyancy force. Clear? Now let us take two example. In first case, body is partially submerged in a body water, and second case is body is completely submerged or immersed in a water. So first case, see the how much depth of the body is in the water, that is h. Rho f is the density of the fluid, a is the area of the body. Clear? So net vertical force which is acting on a body will be rho f g into h into a. So वॉल्यूम ऑफ बॉडी इमर्स्ड, कितना बॉडी इमर्स्ड हुआ है पानी के अंदर, इज इक्वल टू वॉल्यूम ऑफ लिक्विड डिस्प्लेस्ड. इट इज़ क्लियर? जितना बॉडी पानी के अंदर जाएगा उतना लिक्विड डिस्प्लेस्ड होगा, और ये कितना होगा? इट विल बी ए इंटू एच. सो वी कैन राइट रो एफ जी इंटू एच इंटू ए इज इक्वल टू एफ वी, वर्टिकल फोर्स. क्लियर? Acting on a body, rho f g into volume of fluid displaced, h into e is nothing but volume of fluid displaced. So we can write Fv is equal to weight of fluid displaced. From where it has come? We know that a specific weight or weight density is equal to weight of liquid upon volume. So we can write weight of liquid is equal to specific weight into volume is equal to rho g into volume. Now come to the second point, when the body is completely immersed in a water. Here top of the body is below the water level is at x1, and bottom of the body, that is at x2 from the top surface of the water level or liquid level. So net vertical force in downward direction will be rho fg x1 into a, and vertical force in upward direction rho fg x2 into a, which is in upward direction. We know that volume of fluid displaced is equal to a into h, because h is the height of the body, a is the area of the body. So final expression will be, that is vertical force in upward direction rho fg x2 into a minus rho fg x1 into a, because x2 minus x1 is equal to h. So we can write rho fg a into h. So final expression will be rho fg volume of fluid displaced, or we can say fv net is equal to weight of fluid displaced. So when a body is immersed either partially or completely, then the net vertical upward force will be on the body is known as buoyant force, and it is denoted by Fb, and this buoyant force is equal to weight of the fluid displaced, and this is known as Archimedes principle. Now important point, next point, that is this force will act on a center of buoyancy, means that buoyancy force will act on a center of buoyancy. So we can say this is very important point, from where buoyancy force is acting, or it is the point from which the buoyancy force is acting. Clear? And this point will act on the centroid of the displaced volume. Clear? मतलब जितना पानी के अंदर बॉडी जाएगा उसका सेंट्रॉइड फाइंड करना होगा और उससे पता चलेगा कि सेंटर ऑफ बायंसी कहाँ पे है. सी द डायग्राम. The diagram is slightly blurred, but I am explaining it clearly. H is the height of the body. So, center of gravity will be at h by 2, and d is the depth, which is the body in the water. So, centroid of the displaced volume will be at d by 2. Clear? So, it will be more clear from the diagram or from the problem. So, no, don't worry, no problem at all. So now we will discuss principle of flotation for floating bodies or partially submerged body. When a body is floating in equilibrium, weight of the body is equal to buoyancy force, and the line of action of these two forces is same. So see the diagram. Weight of the body which is acting in downward direction, clear, is equal to Fb. So Fb is nothing but weight of fluid displaced. So we can write weight of body is equal to weight of fluid displaced. Now let us take an example of a body which is first immersed in water or river water, and next case in the sea water. So first we will discuss when the body is immersed or partially submerged in river water. So we know that weight of body is equal to weight of fluid displaced, and weight of body is nothing but rho Fg into volume of fluid displaced, and finally weight of body is rho 1 is the density of river water, and G into A into H1, which is the height immersed in a river water by the body. Clear? So rho 1 G A H1. Similar is the case for sea water. Here height is H2. Rho 2 is the density of sea water. So final expression will be weight of body is equal to rho 2 G A into H2. Also we know that rho of sea water is greater than river water. So and weight of body is equal to weight of body, because body is same for both the cases. So we can write rho 1 GaH1 is equal to rho 2 GaH2. So after cancelling out G into A from both sides, we will getting rho 1 H1 is equal to rho 2 H2. Or we can write this as rho RW HRW is equal to rho SW HSW, where RW river water, SW is sea water. Clear? So what will be the effect, or what is the purpose of this example? The purpose of this example is, if we are taking the body from sea water to river water, what will be the effect? Or from river water to sea water, what will be the effect? So in this case, when a body is taken from river water to sea water, it will rise. Clear? Because density is more in case of sea water. When a body is taken from sea water to river water, it will fall. Clear? Now we will explain types of equilibrium: stable equilibrium, unstable equilibrium, neutral equilibrium. Clear? First one is stable. If you drop a ball in a large size bowl, finally it will settle down. This is known as stable equilibrium. Now if a ball is in अपवर्ड कंडीशन और उल्टा रखा हुआ, उसके ऊपर मैंने एक गेंद पुट किया, सो इट विल आइदर गोज इन राइट वन डायरेक्शन और लेफ्ट. सो इट इज अनस्टेबल कंडीशन. व्हाट इज न्यूट्रल इक्विलिब्रियम? न्यूट्रल इक्विलिब्रियम इज, consider a flat plate. You are putting a ball, something, whatever may be the thing, so it will placed on that place only. This is known as neutral equilibrium. Now we will discuss equilibrium condition for completely submerged body. I am moving in upward direction, or you can say in downward direction, so that diagram will be clearer to you. So see the first diagram in left side. This is the body which is completely, this is the line here, means that this is water level or liquid level. Body is completely submerged in a water. Here a vertical line which is normal axis of the body. B is the center of buoyancy, G is the center of gravity of the body. Clear? Buoyancy force will act from center of buoyancy and weight will act from center of gravity. So now let us take next figure. Clear? In this case, body is given a tilt. So from G, weight is acting in downward direction. From B, buoyancy force is acting in upward direction. Clear? So I have given a tilt in anti-clockwise direction. Clear? What will be the effect? It will be in stable equilibrium. कैसे होगा? क्योंकि बॉडी क्या है, राइट में टिल्ट किया. So due to these forces, weight and Fb, it will balance the complete body in stable equilibrium. Now see the third diagram. In this case, body is given a tilt. So buoyancy force will act in upward direction and weight in downward direction. So it will also rotate in anti-clockwise direction of complete body. So this will be in unstable equilibrium. So a completely submerged body will be in a stable equilibrium when the center of buoyancy above the center of gravity. These the basic which you have to remember. A completely submerged body will be in unstable equilibrium when the center of buoyancy is below the center of gravity. A completely submerged body will be in neutral equilibrium when the center of gravity and center of buoyancy coincide. Now we will discuss stability condition for partially submerged bodies. Clear? See the diagram first. First one is original diagram, that is in vertical condition. Neutral axis NA means neutral axis, N top of the body, A below the body. NA means neutral axis of the body. G is the center of gravity from where weight is acting. B is the center of buoyancy from where buoyancy force is acting. If a body is given a tilt, clear? So what will be the effect on this body? It will be stable, unstable. So in this case, a next or new term will come into force, that is known as meta center. So here M is the meta center. From where it has come? Clear? मेटा सेंटर कहाँ से आया? अगर बॉडी को मैंने रोटेट किया, सो सेंटर ऑफ बायंसी विल ऑल्सो शिफ्ट इन rightward direction. See the diagram. Here B is the in rightward direction or right side. This new buoyant force will passing and cutting neutral axis of the body. If a line is extended from center of buoyancy and it will cut at a point of neutral axis of the body, जहाँ पे ये कट करेगा, this is known as meta center. G is the centroid of the body. Clear? B is the center of buoyancy. So क्या होगा इसका इफेक्ट? It will be in a stable equilibrium. Means in this case M is above G, center of gravity. Now see the third case or third diagram. In this case, buoyancy force is cutting the neutral axis at M, but M is below center of gravity, that is G. So body will be in unstable equilibrium. Now see this definition. A floating body will be in stable equilibrium when meta center is above G. Clear? When meta center is above G. Next, a floating body will be in unstable equilibrium when meta center is below G. Clear? Third diagram. Now, a floating body will be in neutral equilibrium when G and M coincides. Now, see the line diagram of these definitions. See first one, G and B. G is the center of gravity, B is the center of buoyancy. From center of buoyancy, FB force is acting, and from G, weight is acting. Now see the second diagram. From where M is above G and G is below M, so it will be a stable equilibrium. Now third line diagram. In this case, M is below G. Clear? And G is above M, so it will be an stable equilibrium. Now see the last one, G comma M, that is G and M is coinciding here, so it will be in neutral equilibrium. Now read these definitions for meta center. The point of intersection of normal axis of the body with the new line of action of buoyancy force when a body is given a tilt is known as meta center, which is denoted by M, capital M. It is the point about which the body is supposed to be oscillating. For example, see that पेंडुलम का एक फिक्स्ड पॉइंट होगा, वहाँ से क्या होगा, वो ऑसिलेट कर रहा. इसी तरह मेटा सेंटर विल एक्ट, okay, from where body is supposed to be oscillating. You have seen the boat is oscillating in the upward, downward, to and fro. Clear? So this is the meta center. This is, I'll explain what is meta center height and how to calculate meta center in the next video. So thank you very much.